1500s and the 1800s, the Spanish and Portuguese started the slave trade, and later the British, Dutch, and French joined in. Over time, the slave traders set up an efficient route between West Africa and the New England colonies.
The Middle Passage was the main route to the Americas. Here the slaves were auctioned off and distributed to the Spanish colonies, the Caribbean islands, Brazil, and the New England colonies.
I'm a slave on the way through the Middle Passage to go to the Americas.
By 700, the triangle trade was established. This was a system of trade for various goods between North America, Africa, and the Caribbean islands.
Until 1639, slavery differed between each society greatly. In some areas, slaves were freed if they became Christian, but in others, slaves were captives of war. In the colonies, the plantation system was supported by the labor of Africans. This increased profit because the large exports of tobacco and rice. Over time, the southern colonies became dependent on slavery to keep their economy steady.
As colonies depended more on slavery, some areas, such as Maryland, Virginia, and others, passed laws that required Africans to become slaves for life. At the same time that these laws were passed, Rhode Island and Georgia established anti-slavery acts, but they were not successful. Soon slavery was restricted to people of African descent, causing slavery to be a form of racism.
Over time, the growing population of African slaves led revolts against the white planters. To prevent this, the colonies wrote up a set of slave codes that further restricted the freedom of slaves. But these codes didn't stop all conflicts. In 1739, an Angolian slave led a revolt in southern Carolina and killed 20 whites before it ended. These revolts continued until slavery was abolished in 1865.
I'm an African slave named Jenny. I'm a white planter from South Carolina. Work harder, boy.
Each colony had a different way of treating slaves. They could work in artisan shops or with their owner. In South Carolina especially, many slaves kept their African traditions and culture alive. They would weave baskets to help harvest crops, speak their native dialect, Gula, and their music and folktales became part of the colony's customs as well.